in and day out. All night long.
Yeah.
This all I think about. This all I care about. Y'all all I care about. Let's go, man, it's here. We televised, so you know we gotta show out.
Yeah.
They talking junk, so you know we gotta put them to sleep.
Yeah.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
Don't play. We do this every day. We work too hard. Day in and day, like I told y'all. They don't do what we do. They don't do what we do. They never know what we did.
To the races, can they catch him? No, they can't. Touchdown.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Devy Royale YouTube channel, and this is our first episode of this type of a series that we're going to do for you guys. Usually, we just put up the podcast, and the podcast has been growing, but we want to give you guys a little bit of different content as well on the YouTube channel. So we haven't been pushing this at all, but I appreciate the subscribers we already have, and if you guys have anybody out that loves Devy, send them over to our channel, and we're going to be doing a little bit of different series throughout the off season and some other stuff that we got going on. And today, the first series that we're going to be talking about is the Devy Royale in 5. And in reality, what we're looking at is kind of some guys on the transfer portal that we like coming into the season and just interesting values. And basically, I'm going to go over it. The first guy is going to be Cameron Ward. And if you don't know this kid, you know, he's a transfer from Encarnated Word, the small FCS school. And he led him to 10-3 season this year. And he was phenomenal. He was actually the number 3 transfer quarterback, according to 247 Sports, just behind Caleb and Quinn Ewers. And now that Jackson Dart's in there, he probably be 4. But, you know, who is this kid? Where did he come from? We're going to watch a little highlights film here in a minute and just kind of go over kind of what we could expect from him at Washington State, which is a sneaky good spot for this young man. You know, last season, 2021, he had 4,600 yards passing, 47 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. He looked phenomenal. He was coached by Eric Morris. Now, Eric Morris became Washington State's offensive coordinator. So there's where that, and quarterbacks coach. So there's that connection there, why he probably chose Washington State, as everybody probably knows that watches college football. But Morris's offense is a variation of Mike Leach's air raid. And, you know, when you looked at what Washington State's been able to do there, that obviously was a pretty good fit with how they kind of fit together there. Now, he's looked good. Now, he's not a dual threat guy. He's definitely not a rushing quarterback. He has some skills there. He has maneuverability, but he doesn't run. He's a passer. It was interesting. I was reading a story on him. He was actually, you know, he was not highly recruited, but one of the reasons why is his offense in high school. And he ran the wing T, which is something I ran back in the day, old school wise. And so we just didn't get a lot of the opportunities that you'd like to see. They talk about recruiters like to see him get 300 passes in the high school season. He definitely didn't get that. Or in a career, he didn't get that either. So let's talk about kind of what he does well. You know, the first thing is arm strength. He's got that. You're going to see that from the highlights here in a minute. Off-platform throws, he can do that. He can make a lot of different throws, a lot of different angles. And I think that's where you look at the different angles that he's able to make. He's got a really quick release. I would say that his mechanics need to get worked on a little bit, but he, again, came from a offense in high school that didn't have him throw a ton. He has thrown a ton in the last 2 years, so he's developed well, and he's gotten better. So I can expect that going. So let's take a look at his film and what he's got going for him. So first things first, effortless arm strength. You'll see it right there. Good throw, on platform, kind of stays in the pocket. Again, steps up, quick release, gets it out to his receiver right here. Those are the things that you like to see from Cameron. And you notice that his release is a little different, but he gets it out quick and he knows where he's going. And that's part of that offensive system. But again, he's transferring straight into that offensive system. So those are the type of things you like to see. Now, they did a pretty good job of getting their playmakers in space. And when we look at Washington State, playmakers are they're gonna have to get some guys in there, and they've lost some guys. Obviously, coaching staffs change, those type of things. But what Cameron's been able to do, and I think what he's gonna help himself with, he doesn't need a bunch of 5-star guys. If he's got 3, 4-star guys out there, gets the ball in space, I think that's good. You'll see it here. The one thing I will notice about his tape, and you notice about it a lot, is like, hey, he doesn't make a lot of more than one read. That's the one read offense type of guy. This is where we're going to go to. But that throw right there, I mean, that was just special. I want to kind of rewind it a little bit and go back to it. When you're watching him make this throw here, stays in the platform, he's got tons of time, but release is good. arm strength is good, puts it right on the money. Like that's a Division I throw, and that's why he transferred to Washington State. Again, knows where he had. He had the little soft touch there. I will say this play is probably my favorite play of his as I kind of broke down the tape and watched him here. You know, he has good functional athleticism. It's not crazy, but he was able to do that again. Again, FCS talent. But look at this throw on the money to the end zone. I mean, that is a real man's throw right here. And you'll notice it here. He keeps his eyes downfield, especially there. He knows where he's going to go, gets his feet set, gets it here. And that throw is on the money in the corner of the end zone. And you have to love what you see out of him. Again, phenomenal prospect. 4,600 yards, what he's in. Now, where is he going right now in drafts? His ADP in the C2C leagues right now is about 14th round. Now, that was a little prior to Washington State, so that was kind of transfer portal status. You're going to see that probably jump up a little bit. I love him in C2C formats, and in my opinion, if you're going for like an upside play, maybe you go Austin Nace, guy from campus of Canton, my guy, a good friend of mine. I think he's a good friend of mine. We talk about this all the time with zero quarterback in C2C. If he's a zero quarterback type of guy that you could go after, because he's going to put up numbers at Washington State. We've seen what he's going to be able to do there. He has his old coach. So that's going to be good there. And you can load up on other talent. And if he hits, now you're looking at a guy that's from probably the 10th to the 14th round, kind of a talent that you could have. And he can maybe bust for you guys. And that would be a good bust out in terms of the quarterback position, and you could have a top 5 guy. The talent is there. The ceiling is there. Can he put up numbers? Can he do those things? That's yet to be seen, obviously, at this level. But I think the development with his tape, he's a lot of fun. And if you like Malik Willis, these other guys, he's a big kid, 6'3". He's got the arm. I know a lot of coaches, when I was reading about him, said Dante Culpepper light. And that's an interesting comp. I love it. I think it's going to be a lot exciting to watch. So keep an eye on Cameron Ward. We're going to keep these episodes short. Please hit that subscribe button. Find our podcast. You can find it in the description below. It's been jumping up the numbers, and we're loving to see it. So we appreciate you guys as always. And you can find us all on Twitter. You can find me at @TheBoys_22. You can find Christian Williams at @CWilliamsNFL. And you can find Jeff Bell at For Whom J Bell Tolls. Try to say that 3 times fast. So I appreciate you guys. We'll check on the next one.